everybody, what is going on? It is time for MLB The Show 16 with Ajax Booker. Now, in the last episode, we got to see something pretty cool. Ajax's hitting streak was extended to 20 games. We've had actually a few games since then, and that streak has, fortunately for me, continued. I have had a day off, so I'm coming into this game completely fresh and ready to go. You can see the amount of stolen bases that I've gotten has just increased exponentially almost since a few games ago. I'm averaging more than one stolen base a game, so I'm pretty excited about that. Ooh, right over the plate, strike one. As I mentioned, there's a lot more pitchers that are starting off with something like this, and even though I'm trying to hold off until I get that first strike, it's just becoming more and more difficult. Ooh, good contact. High fly ball into left center. It looks like it's going to be caught, except it's not. A Booker bomb. All right, so that's going to be the first run of the game and the first hit, obviously, for me, and that's pretty cool. Both home runs that we've seen with Ajax Booker so far hasn't been, like, sure home runs. You know, it's been ones like that, which are really, really close. He ends up running the bases, full speed and everything like that, and I'm surprised by a home run. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm really excited. I guess this kind of really reflects what happens when you have that spare day, you know, where you get a rest up and everything like that. Obviously, your power increases, contact, you know, is higher too, or it's at its optimum, I should say, and then it decreases, of course, with every single game that you play. So I have been working on durability a little bit here with the game whenever I've gotten a chance. But here's our first fielding opportunity here. We've got one out, a runner on second. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with this one. Yeah, pitcher ended up catching that one. So I should get another one here pretty soon. The game's good about that. Like, if they end up, you know, giving your fielding situation to somebody else, or if it's, you know, a waste, they usually give you the next one here. So 1-0, 2 outs, runner on second. Okay, so I'm just going to be going to first with this one. Off speed, so it should be coming to me. Nice diving for it. It's going to bounce and glitch. Wow. All right, let's take a look at the replay here. I just want to see how crazy this was because I had the Showtime feature going. Yeah. You know, I'm glad that one ended up working to my advantage because so many glitches in the game, you know, goes and helps the AI more than it helps the player. Like, I don't know if you would call this a glitch, but whatever. So in the past, every time that you'd hit a comebacker and it would end up hitting the pitcher, one of the infielders knew exactly where it was going to bounce off of and was there waiting for it when you got there, and yes, I made it. So it's been kind of nice having one glitch that goes my way. So, yes, as I was mentioning, you know, Ajax's energy is, you know, feeling great. Energy is full. I have been working on his durability quite a bit by purchasing, of course, that catcher's equipment. And then if I have some spare points. So here I go for second. Ooh, good throw. Not the best jump on my part. I mean, yeah, it was a good jump, but seriously, that was a bullet. Ended up being exactly where it needed to be. That's the 5th time I've been caught stealing in this game. But yeah, I've been working on his durability, partially for the energy, but really the biggest thing is just so he doesn't end up getting injured. For me, that is something I don't want to have happen. So, you know, I don't know if this is something that's in the game, but I don't like having to sit out the game at all because a lot of you guys may know about the Iron Man record. It started off actually with Lou Gehrig, where he had the most consecutive starts of anybody in Major League Baseball, and Cal Ripken ended up breaking it. Now, that is a record that I absolutely love because it really tells you a lot about the player. Like, obviously, over the amount of games that it ends up being, I can't remember, 1,800, 1,600, something like that. That's a lot of games to be playing, you know, and starting in a row. Of course, when you're looking at injuries and stuff like that, you know, that's not an easy thing for somebody to be able to achieve. And I'd like it if I had a player who could break that kind of record, but the computer does take your person out periodically, and you know there are going to be injuries. That's inevitable in this game because in Road to the Show they're trying to tell a story, and I'm sure an injury is going to be part of somebody's career. Here we go with showtime. I figured since I was looking 3 balls, I didn't want to end up swinging at something I shouldn't. Ended up being a pretty decent strike. So, but yeah, I figured the game doesn't use Iron Man and kind of follows that record. So I guess I'm just going to have to be happy with the stolen base record. Oh, nice. It caused a pitcher to come out of the game. If I remember right, I want to say this is the 5th inning, and he had pitched about 75 pitches. And that was one of the reasons why I held off on swinging at a lot of those pitches. I mean, yes, they did end up being balls, and that was a smart thing to do, to not swing at them. But, you know, the more somebody's going to pitch, the more that their energy is going to go down. And if their energy is already pretty low, you've got a higher chance of them throwing some more balls at you. So it's kind of like a win-win all around by not swinging at some of that stuff. So, yeah, it could be like at the beginning of the game where you see a pitch right over the plate. But if you just kind of gut it out and kind of keep to it, you're going to see some at-bats kind of like that. And there haven't been too many walks with Ajax, but the ones that I've had have been pretty good. All right, so that's going to get the runner back over to second. The throw to first will obviously be in time. And so we'll count that good for a couple reasons, because the runner didn't advance and I got the out. All right, 3-0 here in the 6th inning. Hopefully my pitcher can kind of keep this up. 56 pitches in the 6th. That's pretty darn good. All right, little slow one here, but that's going to be good enough for me to set up and get that throw to first to get the out. Still 1,000 when it comes to fielding. I have not had one error yet. And so I've been mentioning that I have been spending a lot on fielding, arm accuracy, arm strength, and stuff like that. But it's good to see that it's all kind of been paying off here. The only time I think I've really had a problem fielding was in the last episode where I ended up diving for a ball and I just couldn't get it. But it wasn't counted as an error since I was kind of diving for that one. All right, 7th inning. Still 3-0. Gosh, that was high. Probably would have been pretty embarrassing if I ended up swinging at that one. I'm usually pretty good at some of the high stuff. It's really when it pitches low that I end up having a difficult time. I don't know if that means I need to change the angle or what to kind of see that a little bit better, but I've been doing all right with it. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenge, but nothing that's been like breaking my experience with the game or whatnot. 2 foul balls in a row. All right. Yeah, I was pretty early on that slider. I was thinking fastball. All right, this one's going to go to short. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
That's an out.
Pretty high angle on that one. I was actually thinking that one might be an error. Ended up being overthrown, but ended up being like a little rainbow instead. Came down and he made the high catch. All right, bottom of the 7th, runner on first. Off-speed pitch, so that probably means it's coming my way. Nope. Oh, come on. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but that should have been a double play. First baseman should have stepped on first and then thrown it to me, and I would have tagged him out over at second. There's no way that he would have known. You can see he definitely had the time to do it, and I got taken out in the process, so I got to make sure that Ajax is all right. Yep, I guess he is. All right. Ooh. The Thunder have ended up getting 4 runs here. So Trenton's up by a run here with runners on first and third. I'm going to be looking for a double play. I hope I wasn't the person who got penalized for that mistake by the first baseman. Because it seems like whenever I make a mistake, a lot goes the way of the opposing team. Yeah, not going to make it. And I got taken out again. That's twice. Gosh. They're supposed to try and cut that down a little bit. But I guess he didn't try and keep running through it or anything like that. We'll call it fair. I mean, at the end of the day, Ajax is all right, and it adds a little excitement. Ooh. They have gotten another run. Now we're down by 2. 1 man on. No outs. Very first pitch. Figure I'm going to swing at that one. Once you're at this phase of the game, biggest thing is efficiency. A lot of these pitchers don't have that much stamina, and they really can't afford to be throwing a lot of stuff outside of the plate. So I'm not as cautious in the later stages of the game when it comes to swinging at stuff on the first pitch. All right, I'm going to take a larger lead, of course. The first baseman, you can see, is not covering the bag, so I'm going to take advantage of it. That one's a laser right over the second. And he was out, too, so that's a double play. That does not look good for us here in the top of the ninth. I guess second had to move over a little bit to get it on over to short. Yeah, he beat him by like 2-3 steps. Ooh. Bottom of the ninth, and now the game is tied. I don't know if that was a home run or if we just had a 2-run or a 2-out rally. We got the runs that we needed. All right, comes to me. Here we go over to second, and then to first. Nice. All right, we are good. Okay, so we're going to see if they get a little 2-run or 2-out rally. Gosh, that was the second time I said it. 2-out rally here. Get that run. Nope. Bases loaded here in extra innings. 2 outs too, so I couldn't lay down a bunt or anything like that to try and throw him off. I'm going to have to swing for this one. 24 pitches by this guy. Dang it. High fly ball. That one will be caught. Pretty close to the warning track, actually, so yeah. Good contact by me. Unfortunately, didn't get the RBI. Yeah, he's celebrating. Well, I think rightfully so. Okay. Now what happens? Ooh, 12th inning. I'm like on the edge of my seat. Like whenever there's a cut here, I'm just like sitting on the edge of my seat waiting what's going to happen. This is the second game in a row that the decision has come kind of late. You know, last game, I ended up, I can't remember if it was extra innings. But anyway, I was at third. I tagged up, came home for the walk-off. Ooh, glad I laid off that one. That's kind of where it pays off because as I'm going back and I'm watching this and kind of doing the audio for it, I saw where it was going and I was thinking swing. But that changeup was really, really low. Again, that's where I have kind of the hardest time here. Now I've been more cautious because I know once you kind of get to this point in the game, they're going to be going with some middle relievers, somebody who has a little bit more stamina and can afford to throw a ball every now and then. But that was a good one right over the heart of the plate. It's going to go into right center. 1 run comes home. I'm going to advance to second. I'm going to hold up here. But another run might come home. Nice. 2 runs. So I may not have gotten it at my last at-bat, but now we have the lead. I'll try to see if I can advance on over to the next base, but right now it's not too important for me since we already have the lead. So hopefully the defense for my team will be able to hold them here. Well, this pitching change is probably smart. I can imagine that with that 2 RBI double, that probably really hurt that pitcher's confidence. And once the confidence gets pretty low, of course, you're going to be seeing balls that are easier to hit and some more solid hits too at that. Well, here I go. I'm just waiting for him. Has somewhat of a quick delivery, but I'm there in time, not by much. If I didn't have that Showtime feature, I would not be stealing third nearly as much. A lot of times, I just go ahead and I advance my lead just once, and I can usually get a pretty good jump on it. Usually it has to be like 2 steps or something like that to compensate for the fact that I don't get a great jump. But I'm not going to be coming home on that one as the throw is made to first in time. But now we get to wait one more time, maybe, to see what the outcome of the game is. Whether or not they end up getting 2 runs or more, we're going to have to wait for it. Come on, me. Just advance. Nice. I heard the crowd, like, being sad. And there we go. Yeah, they got a hit, it looks like, but not enough to win the game. So all around, awesome. Now, this was a long one. I mean, as you guys saw, I had 7 at-bats in this game. Not as many stolen bases as I would have liked. But that's okay. End up being player of the game. I have that Booker bomb, the glitch. I end up hitting the winning runs home with that 2 RBI double. All around, great game. So thanks for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More of this to come later on. So make sure you guys subscribe if you have not already. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again for watching. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good